everybody, I'm Eric from GameShampoo, and I'm going to walk you through some of the decisions that you'll make on the Citadel in Mass Effect 3. Now, there aren't necessarily a huge number of these, but especially in the beginning of the game, you can kind of shape the direction that the rest of your game will go in, just based on what decisions you make on the Citadel during your first visit. So, first of all, you're going to want to stop by the hospital, obviously, when you first get in there, because either Caden or Ashley, whichever one you decided to have with you, is going to be hurt, so you're going to have to take them to the hospital. This is going to be kind of a recurring theme through the first half or so of the game. Caden or Ashley will be in the room, in their hospital room, and you're going to want to visit them probably like 3 times or so over the course of Act 1, and that way in Act 2 there's going to be a pretty key decision, and if you visit them a lot, then not only will they trust you more and be more likely to ally with you, but you can also potentially get them in your party for later. So definitely, start visiting as soon as you can, and check your email pretty frequently because they'll let you know when you want to visit again. Also, while you're in the hospital, if Doctor Chakwas lived through Mass Effect 2, which means that you raided the collector base like right away and you're able to save your crew, you can find her in the hospital and you can recruit her. Or alternately, you can recruit Doctor Michel, who is kind of a new face. And this only really has one effect on the game, and this is during a side mission later, where in the very beginning of Act 2, they'll send you down to the Citadel to speak with a Turian medic to do a trade of medical supplies, and if you brought on Doctor Chakwas, you will get stronger metagels, but if you brought Doctor Michel, you'll get more metagels in your capacity. So, the difference is kind of negligible, but whichever one you would really prefer. And let's see, what else? Oh, and also there is the reporter Diana Allers in the docking bay where the Normandy first lands. You can talk to her in the lobby. She's standing by some couches, and she'll ask you to let her onto the Normandy to interview you. And this is something you're definitely gonna want to do as well, because you can have a few conversations with her up in your private quarters, interviews and the like, and you can increase your Paragon or Renegade standing a lot by doing the interviews. So, if you want to be better at Paragon and Renegade, definitely let her on. There's really no downside, and if you somehow screw up romancing everybody else, you can romance her as well, and it's really fast. It takes like 2 conversations, which, that Diana does not speak very highly of her. And that's, I believe, going to be about it for the initial decisions you can make on the Citadel, but there are tons more really small optional ones you can do. So be checking your email really frequently, because you'll get messages from your crew that will ask them to meet up, and basically these give you exclusive conversations that you can have. And if you're trying to romance somebody, this can be totally integral to the romance. So you'll find Liara down in the Presidium Commons usually. Joker will be there, and Edie will be there at first as well, but then those two will transfer to the Purgatory Club. Let's see, what else? You can find Garrus usually docked by the Normandy. He'll be in the Commons every once in a while as well. And then Caden or Ashley, like I said, usually is in the hospital, but then later they'll kind of alternate locations, I believe. And so, especially if you want to romance Liara, you have to talk to her in the Presidium Commons during the middle of Act 2 in order to ask her to be your girlfriend. Oh, and Tally. Tally is in the Commons as well, I believe. And that is if she survived Mass Effect 2. Let's see what else. There's a lot of unique opportunities, like I said, in your email. So you can meet up with Thane. If he lived, he'll be in the hospital. You can meet up with Jack if she lived through Mass Effect 2, and she'll be in the Purgatory Club after you do the Grissom Academy mission. And you can meet up with Miranda in the Presidium Commons apartments, which are going to be kind of towards the back of the area, and you can actually kind of help her out, although she won't join your crew or anything like that. None of these characters from Mass Effect 2 really will. But, I mean, they're interesting side conversations that you're going to want to see. And then that basically wraps it up for Citadel decisions, except for one moment in the beginning of Act 2, which is also a really big one. So, if you haven't played the initial Citadel mission in the beginning of Act 2, tune out now, because there are about to be spoilers for it, and they're fairly big ones too. So, at the end of the Citadel Under Attack mission in the beginning of Act 2, when you get out of the elevator, you'll find Kaidan or Ashley, whichever one is alive, and she'll be guarding the counselors. And basically, Udina has thrown a coup, and he's trying to kill the other counselors. So when you get out, you're going to be, at gunpoint from Ashley or Kaidan, and you're going to be pointing your gun at them, and you can just shoot them, and obviously you're not getting them in your party then, because they will die. Or you can, as a show of good faith, you can do a Paragon interrupt and throw down your weapons, which is definitely the first step you should take in this process. And then you can negotiate with Kaidan or Ashley, and depending on whether you visited them in the hospital and a few other factors, the negotiation can go well or it can go south. And later on, you'll be given the option to just straight up shoot Udina and stop him from unleashing Cerberus troops. Ultimately, that's actually a pretty effective way to go about things, especially if you want the Renegade points. It'll give you a bunch of them, and nobody will really hold it against you that much, honestly. So I say drop your weapons initially and then pick them up later and shoot Udina. And that way you'll be able to get Kaidan or Ashley on your team, hopefully, as well. So those are the major decisions on the Citadel and how they're going to affect your game in Mass Effect 3. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and have a